At the Welcome Collection show, we're presenting a project called Mad Lover Designer Asylum, which is an art project that is about imagining a utopian, willfully optimistic idea of what a mental health hospital could be like. So over the last 2 years, my collaborator Hannah and I have been visiting mental health hospitals and speaking to people about what they would like in their perfect mental health hospital and what they would do there. So we've collected together thousands of suggestions and we're presenting them through Rose's illustrations to take people on the journey that we've been on by asking these questions. And our designers, Ben and James, have created an architectural model which is a proposition for a landscape that supports good mental health.
Yes, it's about therapy in a hospital. As the nurses in the old hospital, you didn't always want to go to therapy, so the nurse would remind people going to the dormitory and remind them to go to therapy. And so I suppose it's just a scene from life in the hospital. There was little privacy and it was overcrowded, which you can tell from the drawing. Everyone would be scruffy like I am, and they'd be just wandering around and going to places like industrial therapy, which is where you went to pack pencils. The reasoning behind it was that if you went to industrial therapy and learnt factory work, when you left the hospital, that you would get employment in the factories. Documented life in the old hospitals because I felt that no one else was really doing that, and also you weren't allowed to take photographs in the old hospitals, and there are very few documentaries about the old hospitals.
I would absolutely acknowledge that there's been times in my life where my distress has prevented me from working. I've been too ill to work and that has caused problems. It's mean I've had to drop commissions, I've had to take years out to look after myself, so that has been a massive hindrance. But I think that the process of turning those challenging experiences into something positive, for me, obviously has a therapeutic value.
I think that the unique thing about the Bethlem is that it has some of the benefits of the old asylum in terms of the amazing grounds and the choice in the therapies and the facilities, the specialists, clinical staff, the high quality of expertise. But you also have some much more progressive ways of working and integrating people into their lives and sort of beyond the hospital grounds, and trying to break down that boundary.
For me personally, in my own experience, the human mind can't just be understood through science. The human brain maybe, but the human mind is a creative thing, and any therapeutic process, any creative process is going to be good for the mind, and therefore that has to be part of the care and support that we give to people, is giving people the tools and the means and the agency to be able to express themselves in safe and sustainable ways is really critical, and it's not part of the healthcare system at the moment. It's severely lacking because we have an overly medicalised model of understanding of the human brain.
Sometimes I was allowed to go to the art room for an afternoon a week. They didn't want me drawing and painting. They thought that was unrealistic. To me, art is work. You can't do it without doing any work. Painting, well, it's not fun or a pleasure. To me, it is work.
I've yet to see any proof that there is a categorical link between mental health and creativity. I think that's a bit of a myth, and I think we tend to focus on a few dead artists who experienced mental illness and did amazing paintings, right? What I do think is true is that the experiences that you might have when you're distressed, the experiences that you might have in hospital, that can become material that you can work with, and that is fascinating. If I was a sane person, I would be just as creative, and I think my art would just be good. It just so happens that I've had these experiences that have informed the kind of art that I choose to make.